We're going to start by talking to our state's leading advocate for anti-bullying programs. Her name is Rhonda, or you may have seen Rhonda before. She's got a big tour coming up of the state. And Rhonda, I have to ask you, when you and I were teenagers and 20-somethings, we had our rock star rock concert T-shirts that said Van Halen 1980 U.S. Tour. Are we going to see a Rhonda's 2016 Arizona tour shirt soon?
Yes, we are, with the flag right boldly on the front.
There you go.
Yes.
Tell us about your tour coming up.
We are so excited because we're starting on the 24th in a very small town, Seligman. But I also just met with Joe Howard yesterday, who's also in the Prescott magazine, and talked to him about Prescott First. So we'll be starting in Prescott. We'll be going around all the state of Arizona so that we can take our message, something that's really meaty, to all of the kids, even elementary school. We'll do it on their level, middle school, and high school, of course. And
Rhonda, of course, is the cover girl in this month's issue of Prescott Woman magazine. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm honored.
The word is getting out about what you're doing, and one of the great things you teach all of your seminars and workshops and classes is about the triangle of triumph and the 5 C's. What are those?
You know, the triangle of triumph, as I was telling Joe yesterday, and he said, you know, this is something that's really meaty. I mean, this is a program where people can grab onto it. And the reason for that is it took me almost a lifetime to discover exactly what I needed to do to make sure that we could take kids from being victims and take them all the way to being leaders, but not just any type of a leader. But starting with victim, we wanted on one side of the triangle to say, we acknowledge that you may not have chosen to become a victim, and with that being said, you do have a choice not to stay a victim. So the first thing they have to do is decide how to grieve having been a victim. So that's a whole part of it. The 5 stages of grieving goes on, and then we move on to the survivor stage. And when I was going through my own process of being a survivor, a lot of people would say to me, gosh, you're such a survivor, but you know, it never meant anything other than I'm just existing. What I discovered on my own road of becoming a leader was that that's the meat, that's the journey, that's where you really get to say, hey, I'm the one that gets to define who I am. No one else gets to do that for me. And having gone to 5 high schools, skipping my junior year of high school.
You were the new girl 5 times.
I was, and 3 times in my senior year. And so, you know, this is really a key element where all the kids get to say, you do not get to define me. I'm the one that gets to define me. When you define yourself and who you are, you do it with the 5 C's. Yeah. And you go, the 5 C's are civility, courage, confidence, creativity. That's talent development. That's internal and external talent development. So we have them commit to that. That's something that's really hard for kids to do today, is learning commitment, the value of commitment. And the last thing is courage. And a lot of kids have no idea what that word even means.
Sure.
And so when we talk about it, we talk about presentation skills, how you carry yourself. That's the first line of defense.
And that's also your first impression to strangers, isn't it?
Absolutely. Speaking of first impressions, you no longer even have 20 seconds, which is what we used to have when we were kids. 20 seconds to be defined, your socioeconomic value, your intelligence, your virtue, all of these characteristics. So when you think about that, they only have 8 seconds now. And in a couple of years, it'll probably be a blink, and that's it. Somebody has judged you in that amount of time.
It's a snapshot right there.
It is.
We see Rhonda's work and Dr. Sherry McDonald every Sunday in the pages of the Prescott Daily Courier with her advice column about parents and teens and what they have to do to combat bullying. In 30 seconds or less, what are you doing, you and Dr. Sherry, what are you doing that teachers and administrators just don't have the time or the manpower or resources to do?
We're allowing the kids to have a place to go and be anonymous because they're not bullied twice, which is what happens when they report. And we still encourage them to report to an adult. But what we allow them to do is express themselves, and through writing, they have that ability to express what their problem really is, and that helps them to start defining their own self.
And how can people contact you about your foundation?
They can contact us at rhondastopbullying.org with 1 S, or they can call us 928-515-9996.